the good news that you can use as we talk community awareness and keep you in the know. I am Angela McNeil Woods, aliasly known as That Laurel HillGirl. And today, fam, we have musician, band artist, owner of Scape Productions, Mr. Jaden Campbell. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here.
Man, I really appreciate you coming out.
Yes, ma'am.
I really do, because it sounds like you have had a busy day.
I have.
A busy week, period.
A busy week.
Oh my goodness.
I'm always busy. Yes, ma'am.
That's good stuff. Now, Jaden, is this home for you?
Yes, ma'am. Born and raised, Hill, South Carolina.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you're Carolina's baby.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Carolina, baby.
How about the whole family? The both of them?
So my parents are from Dillon, South Carolina, which is
What you know about Dillon?
that's my roots.
So you trying to say you down the street from Laurenburg?
Oh, right down the street, right around the back corner. You go across that border, across the church. We in Laurenburg. Go over here get some good seafood.
You better stop playing.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
home for me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's my roots. My parents
Wow.
met in Dillon, South Carolina. My mom went to Winthrop in Rock Hill.
Yeah.
They got married and moved here.
I love that.
Yes, ma'am.
That's some good stuff. See, I love it. Local, not local. That's good stuff.
Yes,
Wow.
ma'am.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that because there's a hot dog shop, and it's within a service station in Dillon.
Is it downtown Dillon?
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, so
we
good.
we just call it the hole in the wall.
Okay, that'd be the best
It's
one
go up there in
though.
downtown Dillon, get you a good burger or a hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hold you over.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
right there together. Now, so when I met you, you were in a teaching session.
Yes, ma'am.
And I was like, wow. Okay. So I was like, I gotta talk to this guy. Now, what type of musical teacher are you?
So what I do is I teach bass and drums.
Hey, Sandra. Okay.
So I work at Gifted Youth Music Schools. Owner is Terrell Grant. Terrell, I met through a mutual friend who was working with Terrell at the time, and my friend suggested that I help Terrell out and start working at the music school. So I've been there now since the summertime.
Okay.
So I've been doing it since the summertime.
Wow. And so that's how you got connected with him.
Yes, ma'am.
And that was Terrell Grant.
Terrell Grant.
Okay. And so on Instagram, he's what?
I'm not sure if it's personal Instagram. I know
Okay.
the company, the music school's Instagram is Gifted Youth SC. SC meaning South Carolina. So
Gotcha.
Gifted Youth SC is the company's Instagram.
Okay. So you've been teaching it since this past summer.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Now, so to become a teacher, would you have to be like an intermediate guitar player or bass player? It's a bass player, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So as long as you know well enough to teach a child.
Okay.
Mainly we work with children. We have a few adults here and there, but
Mhm.
most of the time we work with children. So that's basics, teaching them whether it's ear training, where the notes are, how to play a song properly, how to be a part of a band.
Mm-hmm.
It can range from a lot of stuff, but it's not. You don't have to be a genius to teach it. As long as you teach them what you know, the kids these days they'll run with it.
That's good. Good. Now, so how old were you when you started playing this particular instrument?
I actually only been playing bass about 4 or 5 years. I started out with drums. I think most musicians can say they wanted to play drums growing up. So I started out with drums.
Okay.
Then moved to piano later.
That was one of my questions.
Moved to piano later. I'm not the best piano player. I know a little bit here and there. I know just enough to understand it.
Yeah.
And then picked up a bass. My dad begged me for years to play bass, and I never wanted to do it. And once I finally picked it up, didn't put it down.
I bet.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
so I meant to tell you to bring your guitar with me, and I tell you, it's okay.
I would have.
I know you
I
would.
would've.
It's okay. I'm gonna have to do something else with you. You
Yes,
know.
ma'am.
So now, is there an ideal age for a child or anyone to try to learn, or you can just pick it up at any age?
You can start from any age.
Okay.
Because I remember being a child watching Ty Trippett and GA, John P. Key.
Mm-hmm.
And I was beating on the glass with drumsticks, broke the glass. My parents went to Walmart and got me a little cheap American Idol drum set.
Yeah.
And I had to be 3, 4, so I've been playing since then.
You remember them drum sets?
Oh, yes,
so
ma'am.
cute. Do they still have this?
I don't think they make them anymore. I'm sure they make small drum sets, but not specifically American Idol. That was I remember that, but blue American Idol drum set.
That's right. Now, so did you take lessons, or you just picked it up?
So I didn't take drum lessons.
Okay.
When my parents realized that I was interested in piano lessons, they signed me and my twin brother. I'm a twin.
Okay.
They signed me and my twin brother up for piano lessons, and then the lady pretty much told them, "You're wasting your money on these boys. Their ears too well. They're cheating, pretty much. They're cheating.
Yeah.
They're not learning how to read the music. They're relying on their ear."
Yeah.
Which, looking back now, I understand what she's saying
It's true.
because
That's the conversation we had that day. Because it is hard to read when you know your gift is by ear.
yes, ma'am.
It's
So
really hard.
I did a little bit of piano lessons after haven't taken a lesson since.
Now with whether it's bass guitar or acoustics, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it still like piano? Is it still C the main?
C is if you know where the C is at, you can pretty much figure out where everything is at.
Wow.
Because I know piano, the first thing they teach everyone is where the middle C is, and then the C major scale. C major scale is just walking it up. No, you don't skip any notes.
Right.
Just walk it up straight. So pretty much, once you know where the C is, you know where everything else is.
Okay, wow, I like that. Wow. Now, so did anybody else in the family play?
I have a few cousins here and there that play, but no one.
But Dad didn't.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
My dad will tell you. He'll be the first to tell you. I can't play, but I know what it's supposed to sound like. He's old school. He'll. That's not right.
Yeah,
You're not playing that right.
Is he a singer?
No, ma'am.
No.
No,
But he
ma'am.
can still hear.
Oh, he knows what's supposed to be what.
Okay. That's good. That's really good. Look, I don't know, something about a Southern folk. We do have that extra edge to that.
Especially growing up in church. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all we know.
Yeah, that's what.
Now my grandmother, she's a singer.
Okay.
My grandma, she helps me even to this day. We're going down there for Thanksgiving. I'm sure she's gonna ask me to get on the piano and play something while she sings. So that's my grandma is the.
I hope you post
the
that.
push.
I hope you record
I might.
and post it.
I
I'm
might.
gonna be looking.
I might post
Okay.
it. Yes, ma'am.
Now, explain the difference between acoustic guitar and bass guitar.
So acoustic guitar, I tell everyone, bass is probably the easiest instrument you can ever pick up and learn. Because bass, the bass player's job is to mainly play the bass note, which is one note.
Oh.
You can get fancy and play maybe 2 or 3 notes at a time.
Yeah.
But bass is one note at a time. Acoustic guitar, you're playing chords, kind of like a piano.
Mm-hmm.
Acoustic guitar and piano is similar. Acoustic is more rhythmic.
Mm-hmm.
Piano is more of like a bed foundation while in music. But that's the difference. Bass, you're playing one note.
Mm-hmm.
Acoustic, you play chords.
Now, with the acoustic, that's the one that you don't have to have any electrical cords?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
But the bass is normal. You have to have a
You
cord
have to.
connect, right?
You have to, or a microphone to if you're playing an upright bass. They either mic it or they upright bass. Basses these days are electric, so you need the cables.
Now, is the bass more expensive than guitar, acoustic?
It depends.
Okay.
It depends. It depends. Acoustic guitars, you can buy a cheap acoustic guitar from Walmart for about $50.
Okay.
You can buy a cheap bass guitar from Walmart for about $100. It depends. It all depends.
Okay, so because you have that skill set,
Yes, ma'am.
even though you play bass, can you still play acoustic?
No, ma'am.
Okay. That's different.
Acoustic. I tried. I wanted to learn acoustic and lead guitar. My mind is like so stuck on that one note at a time.
Yeah.
It just won't let me. My fingers, my hands and fingers won't coordinate
Okay.
to play chords. Now I can play chords on the piano, but for some reason I'll have to sit down with it for a long time to be able to play acoustic guitar.
Okay. That's good. I mean, it's different, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because the sound is different.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
strings are different.
100%. Bass strings are a little bit thicker.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's what I heard. And so now, does it matter if you learn how to do the bass first or acoustic? It doesn't really matter, does it?
It doesn't really matter. If you learn acoustic first, bass will 100% be easier to learn. Because if you're going from acoustics where you're playing chords to not only playing one note at a time, that's easy. But if you're going from playing one note at a time to learn how to play up to 4 or 5 notes at a time, it can be difficult.
Okay. Wow. Now, okay, so I did hear you say that you are in, I thought a band, but you're in multiple bands.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us about it.
So I'm in a band. So of course I'm the music director at my church, so I consider that us a band. My church is Witness Church Charlotte, 800 Bride Creek Road. You're free on a Sunday. Please come.
I'm writing this down. We're gonna have to visit you.
Yes, ma'am.
And that was Witness?
Witness Church Charlotte.
Okay.
That's us. So I consider that a band. I'm in a band with Donita Dawson Ministries. She is from Ohio but lives in Charlotte. We just did her first live recording not this past Saturday, but Saturday before last. So last Saturday. I produced it. She allowed me to produce it, and I'm her music director as well. So I'm in that band, and I play with a lot of people. So you could say I'm in a bunch of bands, but I'm just got presented the opportunity to play for an alternative group. A guy, he has his own music, and he was trying to put a band together, and we have a few local gigs coming up, so I'm excited about that. Yes, ma'am.
You gonna let us know?
Oh, 100%.
So you posted on your Instagram?
I will.
Okay,
I will.
great. Now, and that you said Donita Dawson. That name sounds so familiar. And congratulations to you, sis. I mean, that's awesome.
Yes, that's
right
huge.
there in Queen City, huh?
Queen City.
That's all right. Charlotte doing some big things too.
I tell people all the time, Charlotte slept on. Charlotte's a gem.
Ooh, the Carolinas have slept on.
Carolinas, period.
Come on and say it.
Carolinas, period.
See,
Slept on.
Can I preach for a minute?
Go ahead.
That's what this podcast is all about, you guys. We're going to celebrate, promote, and support.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what we got to do for one another, you know? Because, like, I've had some guys on, and, man, their rap skills is on a whole nother level. But slept on.
Slept on.
Come on, Carolinas, y'all. We can do it. We can support each other, you know?
100%.
I love it. And then you do what you do. I don't know too many people that do what you do. We're going to dive a little deeper into that.
Yes,
you
ma'am.
Because that's just like here in Rock Hill, we have New Soul Music,
Right.
Mr. Dark Eye, Morris Gordon.
Okay.
And I didn't know we had music management locally. And that's what he does, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
And so that's good to know. You know, we need some connects.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
so I can point people your way. And it works.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, now, so are you writing? Are you composing? You are.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So I don't necessarily write lyrics to the songs. For example, Donita Dawson, she just did her live recording last Saturday. She'll present me with the lyrics or what she's hearing or what she wants the music to sound like. It's my job to translate that and explain to the band and make it sound like what she's asking for, or I come up with it myself. Sometimes, now a lot of her music was already recorded, so what I did was enhance it and made it sound newer. She recorded a number of years ago, and she wanted to re-record it and make it have a newer sound. So that I may do that, or someone may ask me to just add music to it. All they have is lyrics.
Yeah.
They may ask me to just put some music to it.
So it could be like if it was a slowed down version, she might want to remix it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm trying to get that lingo going.
Yes, ma'am.
For
Remix.
myself.
That's what I do. I specialize in remixes.
Okay. Are you gonna be the go-to guy?
Yes, ma'am.
I love that. Now, y'all, me and Jaden had this conversation about yes, ma'am, but we Southerners, that's how we was raised. You can't help it now. Now, I know you're not just a tech guy, okay? I know you do equipment setup and etc. So I want you to please tell us about your business, Soundscape Productions.
Yes, ma'am. So Soundscape Productions, I've been a legal business for about since August of 2023, so a little over a year.
Okay.
Basically, what I do is I provide live sound and or backline for events that need live sound and backline, weddings, bar mitzvahs, parties, church services, conferences, concerts, anything that will require a live sound. I provide the speakers, the subs, the microphones, the monitors, in-ear monitors if the musicians would like to use in-ear monitors. I provide all that. Yes, ma'am. And it's also a production company. So when I do music, I do it through Soundscape. So it can be it's a live sound and a production company.
That's good. Now, okay, so we've got the churches and the conferences. It's really everything.
Yes,
is
ma'am.
what you do. So do you have a team that works with you?
Yes, ma'am. So it can be pretty much anyone I ask for help, they're willing to come help. I have my father, I have my brother, I have some guys that are just musician friends that are willing to help if they're not busy.
Yeah.
So I have a few guys that I call on if I know I need, if it's a big task, I know I need help, I can always call on them.
That's good. And so they're familiarized with, what to do because y'all been working long together.
100%. Now the only person who probably isn't is probably my dad, but he'll help wherever he can. I'll ask him to unwrap some cables or to help some carriers and speakers. He'll do wherever he can.
Now, and so how long have you been doing the sound stage type thing?
So I've been doing sound. I've been interested, dabbling in it since probably about high school.
Yeah.
And what made me want to start a business? I was doing a conference in Raleigh, a week-long conference, and the guy, the sound guy there, he was a super nice guy, really cool. And I just started picking his brain and asking what he did to start his business, how long he's been doing his business, and he pretty much told me like, man, you can do it too. Just do your own thing. You can do it. So that's my guy, David Chavis. He's in Raleigh.
Okay.
He called me for work all the time. If he can't do it, he called me, and if I can't do it, I'll call him.
Yeah.
So that's my guy. He's helped me out a lot.
Okay. You said he's in Raleigh.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Shout out to him too.
Shout out David.
Yeah. Now, so how about in church? Now you said school. Did you do chorus or anything?
I did band for 1 year in middle school.
Now in band you did what?
Saxophone.
Okay. You still don't play?
Didn't like it.
Okay.
I wish I was. I wish I was stuck with drums.
Yeah.
Or something percussive, so I can just tighten up my skills. I already knew how to play drums and whatnot, but if I would have stuck with it in middle school, my skills would have been better at an earlier age. I did saxophone because I already knew how to play drums. I said I just might as well learn a new instrument. I'm sure if I picked up a saxophone today, I could figure it out again, but I didn't like it.
So that's a lot of breathing technique.
It's a lot, and you have to. It's a lot. The reeds that you put on the mouth guard was painful. I was getting blisters on my lip. I didn't like it.
Wow.
I didn't like it.
I look at the ones that tote those big old tubas. Oh my goodness. I wonder if they have back problems right about
painful.
Right. You said painful. But I love how the bands are doing now. They're on a whole nother level. The marching bands.
So now speaking of that, you saw us or talking about the tuba players. The tuba players don't even have to carry that thing on their back anymore. They have stands for them.
Really?
They just put them on stands. They just walk up to it, put the mouth on the mouthpiece, and put their hands in the right position.
That's good stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
That's really good. Now, the ones that lead off doing that particular cool little march, what is that? Marching band leader?
Marching band or what's the name for it?
Drum major.
Drum major.
Okay.
Drum major.
They're on a whole nother level now.
I can't dance good enough to be a drum major.
For real? Oh, you gotta know how to dance.
You gotta know how to dance. Especially in the Dillon area, the high schools in that area, it's like an HBCU. You better know how to dance. You're gonna be a drum major.
That's real talk. That's you.
You gotta know how to dance a little bit.
I love that. I love it. Now, so tell us, like, what a day in the life for you as an audio sound tech looks like.
On a work day or a busy or a day where I don't have much to do?
Busy day.
Busy day.
From beginning to end.
Okay. I'm gonna just talk about last weekend because last weekend was ridiculous. I was so busy. So
did you eat?
I did.
Okay.
I did. I'm gonna find time to eat. So what happened was Friday night. The live recording was Saturday night. Friday night, I went to the church that the recording was at and set up my sound system. Mind you, I was already playing. I set up my sound system to tap in with their sound system. So we had double the power.
Now that sounds complicated.
It can be.
Okay.
It can be. It was some difficulties, but it's doing sound it's about troubleshooting and finding a problem.
Okay.
So I tapped Friday night, went up there to Charlotte, tapped into their sound system. Saturday morning, came back at 9 in the morning to get a few last minute things done. The band had to be there at 11 for sound check. Singers came in at 12. About 12:30, we started doing a full run through. Didn't get done until about 2-3 o'clock.
Okay.
From 3 o'clock till about 5, we had a break until the concert. 5 o'clock came. We all came back to the church, met as a team, got a few last minute stuff done. Concert, night of worship starts at 7.
Okay.
7, the night of worship lasts from about 7 till about 9:30. 9:30 hits. 9:30 comes, I have to break everything down. I have to reset all the church's stuff back up. So break my stuff down, then set the church's stuff back the way they had it before I
So
came.
they can be ready to go the next day.
The next day.
Yeah.
Didn't leave the church till about 1:30. Didn't get home till about 2:30.
In the morning.
In the morning. And
Wow.
got home and laid out.
See, but you gotta love what you do to do that.
Oh, I love it. I love
You
it.
gotta love that.
It's worth it too.
Yeah, it's a long day, but it's worth it.
It's worth it. I enjoy it. I do.
And so normally you're always like the first to leave, first to arrive, and the last to leave.
Last to leave, always.
Always.
It's always how it is.
Yeah. I'm just trying to give, people who might want to do this, young guys or ladies, the gist of it.
Oh, you have to be willing to work.
Yeah.
It's I enjoy it a lot, but you have to be willing to get your hands dirty.
Yeah, get your hands dirty.
It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough.
Man, it seems like a whole production though,
Oh, it is.
I mean, you're connecting and disconnecting. All those chords, the stage instruments,
I did a little backline too. I provided the pianos and my own bass amp. So it was a lot of stuff I had to take.
So you have processes going on that you with setting everything up, because that's a lot.
Yeah. So what I do is on the way there, I'm usually thinking in my head, okay, this is what I'm gonna do first.
Okay.
This is what I'm gonna do second. I'm gonna get so and so to help me do this.
Okay.
I'm gonna get so and so to help me do this. By
Yeah.
that time, and everything's done, by halfway through the night, I'm thinking, okay, when I break down, I'm gonna do this first.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this second. I'm gonna so it's
You got a
my
method
mind's
to the
always, I have a
madness.
method. My mind's always going.
I love that, man. I love it. So I mean, because it seems like you have to really be organized.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
You have stuff labeled.
I do.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
See, I know you have some processes going
Yes,
on
ma'am.
over there. Now, so do you agree that your communication is key with your clients? Like making sure the setup is what they want.
100%. So what I do is, I learned this from David too. And the invoice, or you can call it a contract. I like to call it an invoice. Contract, it sounds too serious. In the invoice, you write down exactly what's going to be done. What time you arrive.
Okay.
What time you bring. What all you're bringing. What time you plan on leaving. What time setup is. What time breakdown is. That way, everything is understood and everything is in writing, and and the client have signed it. And if they have any more questions, they like to adjust some things. I tell them feel free to call me. And we can always go back in the invoice and rearrange some things, and they have to re-sign it. So I just make sure everything is written down and on paper, so we have a clear understanding. Because I've had instances where, let's say I'm doing a conference and someone, I was doing a conference before, and someone thought I was supposed to bring the cameras for the live stream.
Okay.
All I was providing was the audio to the live stream, not the camera.
Okay.
So they went back on the contract and realized that they were supposed to bring the camera. So that type of stuff it helps you. It helps you.
Because you have it paper trail.
Paper, you can't.
Yeah,
you
it's
signed
important.
it.
You better.
You signed it.
We go through the same things. Because even to if we do child entertainment.
Yes, ma'am.
So when we're doing we might be doing face painting as a service or balloon twisting as a service, and a lot of times and that's one per child. But a lot of times the kids think that, okay, I'm going to go in the bouncy house, I'm going to sweat it off, and come back. There's not a remake in that country. So that has to be explained, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, is there when you meet a new client, right, is there an initial consultation with you?
It depends on what all they need.
Okay.
So this past week I had a church reach out to me to do an install in their church sound system. They want their sound system to sound better. So they reached out to me, and I pretty much just asked them, almost like a consultation, I pretty much just asked them what they were looking for, what I was needed. I asked if I could come to the church to see everything for myself, and then we can move forward. So it just depends. Now, if it's someone that has worked with me before, and I pretty much already know what's what, I just get straight to business. Okay, I'll come this day, that day. Are you free this day? It all depends. Yes, ma'am.
Now, so I have noticed in not every church, but some churches have those long mics from the ceiling
That's old school.
Okay. Well, I was gonna ask you, are they still doing that?
I don't think it. Maybe here and there, but that's old school.
What's
Because
the
most
replacement
churches
now?
just putting the microphone on the stand.
That's it.
Yes, pretty much. Because most churches, those microphones that are hanging from the ceiling with a long cord, most churches don't have choirs anymore.
True.
Most churches don't have choirs anymore, so most churches aren't built like that.
Okay.
Now, churches that do have choirs in our a newer church, they just put a microphone on the microphone stand and have everybody singing to it.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I know. It's a whole nother world now, which is not a bad thing, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
Now with live stream, so you go in and set that up. Is that through the whole time that they're streaming? How does it work?
So basically, with live streaming, most of the time the church has already set the platform up to stream on. What I go in and do is make sure it sounds good. So if let's say a church reaches out to me like, hey man, I don't like the way our live stream sounds. The microphone sounds distorted. The singers aren't loud enough, or the band isn't loud enough. I come in there and I mix the band. I make sure that everything sounds good. Make sure it's a good experience for whoever's watching online. I know a little bit about how to set up live streams, which I want to learn more.
Yeah.
But what I do is I just make the live stream sound better.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So now, if we wanted to book you or anybody to book your production service, how far in advance would they need to book?
It depends, because I also have gotten calls the week of.
Okay.
And if I'm not doing nothing, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But I would like at least a month in advance.
Okay.
Just give me a heads up, and I
Yeah.
can do it. If I don't already have something booked, but pretty much just if you need me, call me. Pretty much.
That's good. Now, so now I do want to ask you this question about go back to the guitar classes. So if they're wanting to, start guitar, they can go ahead and reach out to Gifted Youth.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I know I met Nia.
Nia.
Okay, and so she does piano.
She does piano and voice lessons.
Okay, you do the drums too, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then you have another drummer guy that does the drums too, right?
It's a few of us. It's a few drum instructors. Terrell actually teaches drums himself sometimes. He teaches piano for the most part.
Okay.
Every now and then he'll teach a drum lesson.
Okay, so anybody that's in search of a teacher, they can just call Gifted Youth.
100%.
Now on Instagram, it's Gifted Youth. Gifted Youth SC.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Let me double check that, man.
Yeah.
Make sure I got that correct.
Confirm it, because I want to make sure you guys get your pens or pencil and paper ready to get that information.
Gifted Youth South Carolina, so it's not just SC, it's actually South Carolina.
Spell it all the way out.
Gifted Youth, GIFTED Youth, YOUTH, South Carolina, SOUTHCAROLINA.
Wow. Now, I'll tell you what now, so, and for Soundscape, give everybody that information. Your IG.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So my social media for Soundscape is Soundscape, SOUNDSCAPE Soundscape. It wouldn't let me get the full production, so I put Prod, PROD.
Okay.
No spaces, no periods.
Now you're in the website for you.
So my website is in the social media bio. All that's in there pretty much is you go to the website. You let me know what day you need me, and I'll get the email. It'll go straight to it, and I can respond. You can leave your number or your email. I can respond either way.
We're gonna give a big shout out to Dylan. Honey, y'all got some homegrown great stuff going on here now. So Jaden is available, you guys, and we want to make sure that we keep him busy. He's gonna be busy, but we just want to make sure that he keeps busy.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm so excited for you, man.
Thank you.
That's some good stuff. I know your parents they gotta be excited for you.
Oh yes, ma'am.
Whole fam, man. So now I know that you're gonna take everybody's business definitely to the next level with his production services, Soundscape Productions. So family, I want you to give it up and thank Mr. Jaden Campbell. Local, not local, but definitely famous around these parts. Y'all be blessed.